Hello, my name is Arthur Genser, and right now I'll be talking about the Manchu conquest of China for my informative speech. The Manchu conquest of China was a very interesting event in human history because what you had was a Manchurian ethnicity, or what I really should say group of ethnicities, which were nomadic herders who lived in what is nowadays the northeastern and far eastern parts of China and Russia. These groups typically hunted and lived a nomadic lifestyle, as did many other Central and Northern Asian peoples. But what happened in the early 1600s was that there was massive amounts of crop failure and animals dying due to the climate changing. It was getting much colder at that point in time. And so, in order to find quite literally greener pastures, they did what they had done many times in East Asian history and invaded south into China. Now, this was very interesting because initially they were experiencing some issues against the Ming Dynasty, which was ruling China at the time. The Chinese were providing very stiff resistance, and they were keeping the Manchus basically at the gates of Beijing, not allowing them to advance further. But at this point in time, the Ming Dynasty was beginning to experience some instabilities, as is customary. If you study Chinese history, it happens every 200 years, basically, a period of strength and then a period of balkanization and weakening of the state. Essentially, what happened was numerous rebellions, peasant rebellions particularly, began to sweep the Chinese countryside, in addition to, trade from Europeans beginning to come in and also causing its fair share of instability as new technology and ideas were being introduced into the Chinese system for the first time. And so the Manchus took advantage of the instability happening within the country and invaded again in a period of a few years and managed to successfully sweep through the northern parts of China. They captured the capital Beijing in addition to various other important areas of northern China. While the south remained free, there were a mixture of various warlords, the Ming Dynasty as mentioned earlier, and peasant rebels. And so this period, the Manchu conquest of China, was very interesting because it started out as just a simple need to get greener pastures, but as it evolved, it became a whole war of conquest for the Manchus to conquer the entirety of China. And they were shockingly successful because ultimately what happened was the balkanization within the Chinese and Ming Dynasty at the time caused enough instability that the Chinese state basically couldn't take it and collapsed. And so it was only after that the Manchus managed to conquer the southern half of China and asserted its authority. There was actually another additional rebellion, but then was later put down. And with that, the Manchu conquest of China. It's actually also the reason why Chinese at the time were known for having long ponytails. This is actually not originally a Chinese thing. This comes from the Manchu culture and was imposed onto the Chinese, which the Westerners would come and see and interpret as a Chinese aspect of culture. Anyway, that's my informative speech. Thank you for watching.